And we invite you to stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call with the sunshine statement.
Sure. Please be advised that proper notice of this meeting has been given in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Mr. Diamond?
Here.
Mr. DeCroce?
Here.
Mr. Sayas?
Here.
Mr. Southwick?
Here.
And Mr. Woods is absent.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we're going to open the meeting to public comment for any agenda items only. And as we usually say, just keep your comments as short as possible, make your point, and be respectful of your neighbors.
Yes. About the agenda stuff.
Yeah, Judy, it's because of your medical emergency, we'll take you, and that way you don't sit through the entire meeting.
My name is Judy Sahinian, 102 Willow Grove, Shamong. I wanted to let you know that I did file the overact with the county, so it's been 2.5 weeks, and to request proof that they did a traffic study in 2025, like they told me, and I still haven't heard anything. Nobody's gotten back to me, no email, no nothing. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, the property across the street isn't being maintained. The grass is extremely high, and there's little animals coming out of there. And I was just wondering, can a letter be written to the owner that the property needs to be maintained? Because it's looking kind of nasty.
Yeah, we'll look into that, get a letter out.
All right, thank you.
All right, you're welcome, Judy. Yes, sir.
Just a general question I could have.
Yeah, come on up and identify yourself. And usually we just have opening comments, but what's just on the agenda.
This is not only, yeah.
Okay, and can you wait till the end of the meeting? All right, thank you very much. Okay, anybody else have anything on the agenda? All right, seeing and hearing none, we'll close this portion of the meeting to public comment and immediately go to items for discussion and possible official action. First is the approval of last month, July 7, 2026, regular and executive minutes. Everybody's had an opportunity to review them. If so, can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from
Right.
last month. I'll second.
Ms. Sayas?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes.
And Mr. Woods is absent.
Next is the Chief Financial Officer's report on the bond anticipation notes series 2025. I understand that the CFO is not here, but we've been provided with reports. And there's a change or two in there. Lisa, can you hit those highlights, please?
Yes, so the bond anticipation sale took place on July 28th, and we came in with an interest rate of 3.7575%. That was purchased by the Township of East Brunswick. So that was for a total of $1,184,491. This maturity date is going to be a little shorter than normal. It's going to take us to April 30th, 2027. There was some new regulations this year for note sales, anything over $1 million. The maximum number of sale days is 270 now, instead of the full year without having an official statement. So we'll take a look at that. We just took the easier route with the 270 days. So next year we'll take a look at that a little closer and see if we'll do the official statement or if we'll stick to the 270 days.
Okay, for the benefit of the public, where does that $1.2 million go?
Oh, sure. So that's going to be the 2016 road program, the acquisition of, the operation of the municipal cemetery, which is the Pinelands Municipal Park Cemetery. That's the 2022 road program, and the acquisition of the fire truck.
Understood. Thank you. Anything further on that list? All right, great. Next is the Burlington County Municipal Joint Insurance Fund with renewal survey report.
So I just wanted to give a follow-up. We had the JIF come out at the last meeting and give a report to the committee and the public. And this is a renewal survey that was completed by the risk control consultant, Jackie Carnosa. We work really closely with her, and she's a great resource for us in Public Works Department. So I just wanted to provide this renewal survey that just highlighted some of the great work that the employees are doing here. The first line of this I'll read is: the township demonstrates outstanding commitment to safety with strong management support and an effective safety coordinator, Joanne, ensuring program implementation. So she does a great job keeping us, making sure everyone's safe, keeping us on track with what we're supposed to be doing, making sure Public Works is keeping up with some of their video trainings and different trainings and toolbox talks that they have to do. So she does a great job with that. So this was a really great report to have back from them.
Excellent. Thank you, Joanne. I know Joanne's with us on Zoom, and to all of our employees and Lisa, we really appreciate it. We basically have no claims, so you're doing it.
No, we actually, we're at the bottom. Let me give you a quick, Shamong Township's 2025 lost time accidents frequency total is 0, and it's well below the JIF average of 1.56. So we're being very, very safe.
Excellent, perfect. Next, we're going to go to the Dingletown and Stony Creek Recreation Field updates. Do you want to, anybody want to give information on that? Anything on your end, Joe, that's happening with that?
We're working on plans for some improvements to the fields and the batting cages and some other amenities that should be out to bid this month.
Okay, great. And we have any issues with trash collection out there that we haven't talked about before?
So we've gotten another trash receptacle that'll be there for the busy season. That'll come out of the grant fund that is part of the IMAA portion of it. We've also the cameras were put in, and then they installed some additional signs around the trash areas that there's surveillance. So hopefully that can deter anybody from any dumping that they're doing.
Excellent. Where do the feeds for the camera go? Directly to you?
They will, yes. We have an appointment. They currently go to their office up in the IMAA office, but tomorrow afternoon I have our IT guy coming out, and he's actually going to send them over here also. So they'll be both places.
Excellent. And were they hardwired or are they solar?
Hardwired.
Very good. Okay, anything else on that? Anybody have anything on those issues? If not, we'll move to the Stony Creek irrigation update. I did go out to both of the fields and they're bright green, so thank God for all the rain that we've had. And the fields look to be in good shape, and our maintenance guys are keeping them in, I think, in wonderful shape. Can you give us an update on what's happened regarding the irrigation?
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know, since it was on the last agenda and I had said that we were going to look to move forward, we actually just have to put a pin on it. Hopefully I'll have an update for next month. But attempting to get quotes, we cannot locate the schematic of the current system. So that's going to cause the quotes to be a lot higher if they don't know what they're working with. So we're still working on it, but I don't want to move forward yet or get quotes that might be higher than if we locate that. So we're going to, but now we've gotten so much rain, that's going to help. So I'm going to speak with IMAA and see if it's worth just waiting until next year or if we still want to do something in the fall. So we'll circle back.
Dave, do you have any comments? I know you have some expertise in irrigation.
I personally haven't been out there in a while. I did call somebody, they were too busy seeing if they could just go out, just get another opinion, and they were just too busy to head out there. That's, you know, without going out there, it would be getting my hair.
Maybe we need to take a road trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
This
I'd be
may be a shot in the
Oh,
dark, but I recall Tim Roach being heavily involved in work out
That's a
there.
great idea. Let's
So
maybe give
he
him a
might
call.
know a little bit about that history, and you might know the contractor that worked on the actual installation.
Great idea.
All right, good. Thank you, Doug.
Great.
At least we can follow up.
Yeah.
You know Tim Roach, he's a local resident.
Yeah, and
Right
if it's
down the road.
okay, I'll reach out ahead of the meeting and we'll touch base and see what conversation we can have, so that way we have all the information for the next meeting. Great, thank you.
Anybody else have any comments?
Thanks, Doug.
All right, next we're gonna move to the resolution, see if we can move quickly. 2026 R-65, which was tabled from the June 9th, 2026 meeting. This is the ABC license renewal for 2026 through 2027 for Scoops Liquors LLC located on Route 206.
So this is gonna be for the period of today through the end of the year. They had originally had their license expire on June 30th of this year, but unfortunately they didn't have all the items in order for us to approve the resolution at the last two meetings. In the meantime, once the items were in order. I had issued from the clerk's office an ad interim permit, so they were able to open up between the dates of July 15th. And that extends to August 13th. So now, now that they have everything in order, we're ready for their final license, for the annual license.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions or comments? Other than to say, please, if you're local, go support our local liquor store. They can use the help. And if there are no questions or comments, could we have a motion?
I'll make a move.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mrs. Zeta?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, 2026R-86. This is a resolution of support authorizing the Sustainable Communities Grant application, which is to be funded by Atlantic City Electric.
So this accompanies the resolution from the last meeting where we were looking to participate in that program in order to be eligible for additional grant funding and some more opportunities. So this is for the actual grant application. The grant application is already, they just need this as the last piece, so I put that in. What we will be asking for, along with the $5,000 grant amount, we were able to price out some professional chainsaws for Public Works, and with the assistance of John Lyons from OEM, we got pricing on traffic barricades. So our grand total was just under $6,000. So we would ask the township to cover $949.97, and then the grant would cover the $5,000.
Any questions or comments? If there are none, we have a motion.
I'll make a motion for, grant.
Mrs. Zeta?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, 2026R-87. This is appointing the New Jersey Animal Control LLC to perform animal control services for the township as Shamong, as we lost our prior entity that reviewed.
Yes, we, on July 10th, our 21-year tenured M&R Wildlife decided that they no longer wanted to provide service to Shamong, so we're very thankful for the 21 years that they did provide service to us. They were always very helpful and assisted our residents, so we're very thankful. So moving forward, we've spoken with the New Jersey Animal Control. They have, I want to say almost, I think it's more than 20 townships in Burlington County currently, so they're very well, oh, thank you. They're in the area. They've been very responsive to all of my questions, and they've jumped right on board. So we're looking to go ahead and finish the year out with their services, and then potentially reappoint them for next year once we cross that bridge. So this would be for the regular services that are provided by per our ordinance and the
Don't worry about it.
I'm so sorry. I was gonna look at. Yeah, apologies. I lost my train of thought. But they'll perform all of what we have in the chapter in our ordinance that's related to animal control, which we really need right now. The current provider was just trapping and releasing, or trapping and bringing to the shelter. And or rabies issues, or for a dog bite. But now there's some issues that we're having in the town related to cat colonies and some more detailed things that we really need. We don't have local police where we would have an animal control officer, and there's no one here at the township to do that. We really need someone appointed that'll step into that position for us and help the residents.
Okay, and no price increase?
No, so they have different pricing, according to their, so it depends on what, yeah, so I have, in here, I have the, whole proposal that they gave to us. So we don't intend on using them for any additional services than what we absolutely need. So everything would be pre-approved through, administration before anything happens, unless it's an absolute emergency or the state police call them out. But any issues that we need invested in, for them to investigate, it would go through administration before we incur any costs.
Got it. Okay, thank you. Anybody have any questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the overdraft.
I'll second.
Mr. Diamond,
Yes.
Mr. Southwick,
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce.
Yes, 2026 R-88. This authorizes the consent of installation of a new 2-inch and a 4-inch gas pipeline within the right of way of Township Road of South Jersey Gas. Liz, can you give us an idea what roads they're wanting to dig up, and hopefully they're not the ones we just had dig.
So this is gonna be East Oak Road. It's the municipal owned roadway, so that's why they're sending this over to, we would approve to have this done.
Which section of East Stokes Road, on the
Uh,
opposite side, the far side of 206? Because between 206 and 541 was just repaved, what, last year?
I have the site information, I just don't understand the abbreviation. It's a street address, SR 206 and East Oak Road.
It wasn't in the section that was just paved, I'll tell you that,
Okay.
because we looked for that immediately on
Okay.
any of the road opening permits. That I know.
All right, that's good news.
Or it's in the,
It's
or it's
usually
on the
fitting
shoulder,
that
or it's in the
for some
shoulder.
reason.
Okay,
It can be in the shoulder too.
yeah, so that I don't have a problem with that. I'm sure we recently repaved it, but I would like to see get the old road, not the new roads that come in.
Absolutely.
Anybody have any questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
I'll second
Mr. Diamond,
Yes.
Mr. Southwick,
Yes.
Mrs. Titus,
Yes,
and Mr. DeCroce.
I vote yes, 2026 R-89. This is award of a bid to Hardwick Paving Company, Inc. for At Sign Road Phase 4 project, and I'll ask Joe to give us an update on that.
Yeah, so this is the 2026 DOT grant project where we were awarded a grant amount of $235,000. So we put together a bid package for 3,300 linear feet, 0.6 of a mile. The low bid, we received 3 bids. They were all pretty close together. The lowest bid was just shy of 216,000 to Arawak, who has done previous projects.
So that means we're gonna get more road done?
We're gonna get a little bit more road done, yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we can add up to that grant amount, so.
Okay, great. Anybody have any questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion?
We'll make a motion.
Thank
I'll
you.
second.
Thank you.
Mr. Southwick,
Yes.
Mrs. Titus,
Yes,
Mr. Diamond,
Yes.
Mr. DeCroce.
Yes. So once again, we're into the millions of dollars now that are coming to fix our roads, through the state funding, have not been passed on, to our taxpayers. So we're grateful to the state and county, for that. Joe, nice job on the grant. Next is 2026 R-90. This authorizes the amendment of a resolution 2026 R-83, which was the salary resolution, appointment of deputy tax collector and assistant chief financial officer. Can you give us the details on that, please?
Yeah, so this was one that, I was waiting on a last minute acceptance of, the offer that we had provided. So in the last month, there was a vacancy, and we also have, some, personnel going on where we are needing additional staff, in the building. There's some extra hours that need to be covered. I find myself alone most of the time during the week when not one person's off, then it's kind of a ghost town and you really need another person in here. So with the recommendation of the tax collector, Kathy, we were put in touch with Emily Hatz. She comes to us with almost 6 years of municipal government. She is various duties, tax clerk, finance, joint land use board, vital statistics, UCC and zoning. She's completed all 3 required courses of a certified tax collector. So she's well qualified for this position and she seems like a great candidate. So I'm looking forward to onboarding her and working with her and seeing how she can benefit the town. So with this, we're looking to have her appointed to start. Her official start date would be the beginning of September, but we're going to bring her in for a few training days while she finishes her time out at her current employer. So she'll work a few days through August. And this would also update the last salary resolution from the last meeting where it was adopted after the budget was adopted.
Okay. Any questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
A second.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mrs. Titus?
Yes,
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, 2026R-91. This authorizes the rate for services provided to strays by Mount Laurel Animal Hospital.
So
So this is in addition to our friend who comes out each month and has handled this issue for us.
So this is a resolution that's adopted every year in January at the reorg. But because we had a change of contractor, we just are going to send this over to the Mount Laurel Animal Hospital, so they know that Shamong has a new contractor and that we're only willing to spend up to $200 per stray animal.
Okay. Questions or comments? If not, can we have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Mrs. Titus?
Yes,
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
And Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, next we move to ordinances. 2026-3, this is a second reading and public hearing, amending and supplementing the code of the township of Shamong to include and designate data centers as a non-permitted use in all zones within the township of Shamong. Doug, can you give us some background on where we are?
So, this would be an amendment to, our land use provisions of our code. As such, it is referred to the board. The board did meet, but their planner was not present. So they have, reached out to the governing body, basically asking for some additional time to include the planner in the discussion. And if, I would recommend that we allow that time. As indicated when we, introduced the township's position on this is that data centers were not a contemplated use at the time that our zoning code was put in place. As such, if somebody came forward now, we would treat it as a non-permitted use, and they would have to apply for a use variance. This ordinance simply recognizes the use and spells that out and says that they have to apply, that it's not a permitted use anywhere in the town. It recognizes data centers as a use and says it's not permitted. So I don't think there's any significant concern with carrying this. And if you are in agreement, we just need a motion and a second to carry the second reading and public hearing to September 2nd.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
So she will not, she's gonna be away, so the planner, so she's already identified that she won't have anything ready for the joint land use board on August 18th. So we're gonna push it to the September 15th joint land use board, so that would put us into October.
so what's our
October 6th.
October meeting date? October 6th?
Yes.
Okay, so with that, we would need a motion and a second to carry second reading and public hearing to October 2nd, 2026, and 7:30 in this meeting room.
Okay, perfect. Do we need to open that issue up to the public?
No, the
Postpone?
public hearing gets carried with the second reading.
Understood. Okay, if there are no questions or comments, is there any appetite for a motion to put this off until October 6th, 2026, to allow the planner to advise the joint land use board of his or her opinion?
Seems prudent. I'll make a motion to carry that.
Thank
I'll
you.
second.
Thank you.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Mrs. Titus?
yes,
Mr. DeCroce?
Yes, next is the approval of the bill list, which everybody's had previously reviewed. And the first thing that jumps out is, I'm hoping, is the four actually mistaken? It's actually 1 million instead of $4,239,500.32.
No, this is a large one. We have, I'll just point out the big items on there. The Lenape Regional High School District, August payment is $557,000. The Shamong Township Board of Ed is $953,000. The Burlington County third quarter taxes is $1,051,229. And the 2026 bond anticipation note sale was $1,512,000. So that leaves $164,629.36 is what the township used.
Pretty amazing. Okay, anybody have any questions or comments about the bill?
I do. Is it possible, Lisa, that we can get an itemized bill from, the school board, exactly, where this money's going?
I did request that and I asked the, I'm sorry, I'm not sure, is she the superintendent or the acting?
Yeah, she's superintendent.
Superintendent, And she had, the user-friendly budget is available through the state, so I let her know that we were able to locate that, but I couldn't find the itemized budget. She had stated that it's a working document and it's not eligible to be released because it's working throughout the school year.
So we're all working as well. So at least we get the one that they have, we'll get the
So-
one that.
Yeah, so
So
the
I asked you-
user-friendly, yep, I had sent out to the committee, I think it was last week.
Yes,
So,
we'll see. Let's just keep that on the agenda in the back burner because we'd like to see where those funds are going. And the excuse that it's a working, work in progress. Well, then we get last year's completed. That might be helpful.
there you
Okay.
go.
Any other questions before we get a motion? Okay. There's no motion, we don't pay the bills.
I make a motion, we pay the bills.
Second.
Mr. Southwick,
Yes.
Mr. Diamond,
Yes.
Mrs. Titus,
Yes.
Mr. Croce.
I vote yes. Next, we're gonna go to our reports. Township Engineer, Joseph, good evening.
Good evening. The only update I had was for the bidding on the Ensign Road project, so
Okay, great.
we already covered that. Unless there's any additional questions.
Thank you. I did notice in our recent storm that we had some water on Grassy Lake for the first time in several years. That used to be a big problem. So Lisa, could you see if we could have our maintenance guys maybe go out and maybe there's just some debris there? Other
I'll take
than,
a ride through there too and check it out and see. It could be relative to intensity. Yeah. Just
yeah, it
doesn't
was
keep-
it was a giant storm. So
Okay.
they used to flood all the time and this is the first time. Problem. So it could just be clogged up a little bit. So I'm gonna take a look at that. Otherwise, great job. Thank you for
Thank you.
that sign, grant. All right, our township solicitor, Douglas, good evening.
Good evening. I have continued to monitor the Bighorn Solar projects. I reached out to Steve Goen, the attorney, who I've been dealing with regularly. The only progress really this month is that they're very close to finalizing the tax lien foreclosure. That is going to result in additional funds back into the township. I think Lisa and I have talked about that a few times. And so we'll coordinate on that to make sure they have the final number. But the township will benefit financially from that when that occurs. They had anticipated closing, but one of the conditions of closing is to have a certificate of filing in hand from the Finance Commission. And that has still not issued. So I reached back out to say, is there a problem or a concern at the Finance level? And I'm being told no, they've actually had favorable determinations on their submissions thus far. They had to submit some additional engineering, but it's just a slow process before the Pinelands, which I think is consistent with generally how things go. So no issue of concern. I keep hoping I get to come here and tell you that they've closed on both parcels, and hopefully in September that's the report. But as of now, we're still in a holding pattern waiting for that to happen. All right,
Great, thank you. Anything further?
that's it.
Good evening, Lisa, our township administrator, welcome.
Thank you. I'll just point out a few items. The Burlington County is doing their paper shredding event on September 13th and October 25th at the BCIT Not Here. So information is on our website calendar or on the county website. The Pine Barrens Olympic Triathlon event is September 12th. Valenziano Wine Fest is September 19th through the 20th. Shamong Day 2026, hosted by the Indian Mills Historical Society, is we're still working out the all the specifics and the approval for the township for that and the LEM, but it is scheduled to be on October 3rd, and that's going to be at Carla's Classic Cars this year. And we've been invited to participate in the Burlington County Complete Network Plan. So this is Safe Streets and Roads for All. It's a county program. So I put some information over on the table, and I will also have it on our website. It is, there's two ways to get involved. One is you can go on the website and take a survey. The second one is a community input map, so you can identify exactly where in Burlington County you think roads need to be modified, intersections need to be modified, anywhere where you think grant funding should go, not here for the circle, but anywhere else. So the information is right there, and I'll also have it on the website. There's a timeline also. So right now they're in the community outreach and planning portion. So they have a lot of information on the county website, but it seems like they're really looking to get residents involved. So we're asking anybody to put their input in on that.
Okay, great.
And then I also have the other monthly reports. If anybody has any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Anybody have any questions or comments? Thank you, Lisa. Next we're gonna go to OEM. I don't see our friend, John Lyons tonight. We'll go to the Indian Mills volunteer. Good evening. Chief, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Doing great.
It's not much for me tonight. Fire truck's just about done, should be in service in a week or two. That's really about it.
We have to do on your collections.
I don't know. I don't know the total number.
Okay.
Usually it's pretty good, but I did ask for a total.
All right, got it.
All right.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. And Dave from Tabernacle Rescue Squad, gonna give us a report on Q2 2026. How are
Good
you,
evening,
sir?
everybody.
Good evening.
I'm well. Again, our final shift coverage for June was 99.7%. Due to call outs, we continue to run 100%. I mean, often we'll scramble for a couple hours. We'll get somebody call out on an early morning shift to fill that. Missed zero calls due to that. Our total call coverage, or call volume for June was 145. Year to date, 868. 47 of those calls resulted in transport, basic life support, our EMTs. Year to date, that's 350. With 27 advanced life support transports with the medics from Virtua. Until year to date on that is 149. We had one helicopter transport this year. Interestingly enough, our call volume flip-flopped this year, or this month, and Shamong is at 62 calls, and Tabernacle is only 52. Normally, we're a little bit lower here in Shamong. Mutual aid calls were 31, divided between 15 in Southampton, 12 in Bedford, 1 in Woodland, Pemberton, and 2 in Washington Township. And we provided special event coverage for Friends of Memorial Ceremony to make sure our mayor was safe out there.
Thank you, sir. It was a great event, and
It was.
I had a great escort. Mike and I had a great escort. I had the brilliant idea of parking well before Coranda Memorial. Now, and I've been out there many times, but not realizing that we were about a mile away. So the first car I flagged down with John, your EMS, and he drove us up, and he took us out in a major rainstorm as well, which occurred during my speech. So I shortened my speech. Thank you for being. That's another great event for anybody who hasn't been out there. Next year will be the 100th anniversary of the Coranda Memorial, which was a Mexican pilot who flew from Mexico City to New York City. And there were about 1 million people that came out for a ticker tape parade. He was supposed to leave, and the American officials said, "Don't go, because these thunderstorms are occurring on the East Coast." So he stayed. Next day, same thing happened. He got as I understand it, he got a communication from the Mexican authorities that said you basically need to leave. So he left, and his plane crashed in Shamong Tabernacle Ward State Forest. So for the last 99 years, there has been a ceremony which has been held. And this year was particularly good. Next year will be the 100th, and I will once again invite the President of the United States and the President of Mexico to come and join us. That's going to be a great event and a show of friendship between the two countries. But it was a really good event. We thank you guys for coming out there. Well attended. Okay, so anybody have anything before we open it up to public comment? Okay, if anybody has anything to say, public comment, please come up and identify yourself and will be heard. Yes, sir. Thank you for being so patient. We haven't seen you before. Yes, sir. What is your name?
My name is John Fennell.
Hi, John.
I live in
Welcome.
Muskegon Woods,
Yes, sir.
and I've been a resident since 1982. So my question has to do with repaving of Township Road, which I assume Muskegon Woods is Township Road.
Yes, sir.
And what are your policies and procedures of repaving roads?
And we started back in 2016. You may have heard John tonight. We had passed the bond ordinance for almost $2 million. That is for repaving and resurfacing. And I don't know off the top of my head where Muskegon is on that list, but I'll ask Lisa to find that out. And if you want to give us your telephone number or email, we'll be happy to get that information to you. Are there any potholes there? Anything that particular concerns?
Well, over the years, It's not the square, paving, it's and our drainage is sinking. And the township came in and put, and
New boxes in a
Yes.
couple of years ago.
yes.
Are they
So
holding up well or they're problem?
They're holding up okay, but they're sinking. And I don't think the road can be repaved and, with the initial paving when, Burke did the Muskegon Wood project.
Got it.
And the other question is, because we live in a cul-de-sac, we have, like this
Circle
grounds.
around, sorry.
Is the township responsible to maintain that?
Generally, no, it's generally the neighborhood that takes care of that. If there's a tree in there that falls into the road, that will be something that we can handle. But ordinarily, it is the concern of the individual, property owners that surround it.
I just called, but we have an easement between our property. And I called the township, they came in and cut down a few trees, but they didn't remove the tree. And when I called, they said they clean up the brush in the fall. So what I did is I called the township that hired the tree company, come out and they removed everything on our time. So the logs were pretty big, the trees were pretty big, so we decided that we'll put the bill and get it out. At least a couple of trees.
Okay. So you've been here a long time. You're
Yes, I
original
have.
Piney, right?
Yes.
So a lot of our roads, we have, the same problem. The roads are almost original. And a lot of them haven't been repaved in 30 or 40 years. So that was something that we've been struggling with. And on our agenda since 2016, as I said. So we're trying to work our way and, take care of the biggest problems first. And hopefully get to everybody. But you hear it's amazing how expensive it is to do the roads.
Imagine.
Which is just what, 3/4 of a mile was $250,000. Who would have thought that? So, we'll check into it, and if you would give Lisa your contact information, we'll be happy to get that information. I appreciate you coming out.
Yep.
Anybody else? Yes, ma'am. Hi, good evening.
Evening, Anastasia Zakara, 1 Stony Creek Court. Just a quick update. I know that I had broached this last year, on how the township was intending on spending the $5,000 in the opioid settlement money from the county. So I haven't seen anything, to my knowledge. Do we have an update on that, as well as what will we be doing with this year's, 5,000, I think will be, given to that?
Yeah, I don't have any idea. I would imagine it would go to the school to educate the children, but I don't have any ideas. See there right now.
Is the county providing some sort of guidance on that to towns, or is it just sort of being left to the towns,
So that was gonna be my follow-up. I would love to have a discussion with the committee or whoever would be guiding that.
Thank you, sir. I'll be in touch with
some
you.
ideas on what we could do to, possibly, increase that money, ways and opportunities for us to look at that. So you have I know Lisa has my information. I think you do too, Doug.
Lisa, did you catch that?
No,
The opioid settlement money that comes to the township for, I think it's $5,000. Are you aware of the allocation of that?
no, I'm not, but I'd be happy to look into it. Is that an annual thing that we've already done?
Last year.
So
Last year was the first time?
Right, yeah, I brought it up about a year ago.
I think, I don't know the specific details as it relates to Shamong, but generally my understanding is the county was like is a lead agency. And then there's a number of towns, maybe all the towns that they signed up are to get some element that's supposed to be used for like public education and outreach. But I don't know how the system has been set up. And to your point, like, I'm not sure. It seems to me like rather than towns all figuring out what to do on their own, there might be some system put in place or suggestions.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a service that comes around and gives clean needles, and there are some towns that have this service that come out and the Narcan, they'll give out the Narcan and certain things in the county. I don't know if that's where the money's going.
Well, I guess my question is, how are we intending on doing that? And then what would be the best way for Shamong to utilize those dollars? And if there's any way to maximize that and increase that, and especially with getting the updates from EMS, maybe there's a coordinated effort we could create.
Maybe
with the
just we can get
schools.
some Narcan would be good.
Yeah, I think maybe, I'm not gonna say a committee, but a group of stakeholders that we could have this discussion and then we could bring it to the public because there are opportunities to, look at where it would just be 5,000. We would have to agree to that, but.
Are you familiar with this? I guess they come around the different towns and.
The only one I've
South.
heard of is a nonprofit that I'm aware of. I can't remember the name of it right now, but I do know of a nonprofit who focuses on baseline defense, basically, if you want to put it that way. It's, Narcan and clean needles for people who are in the throes of addiction.
Right, but I think there's also an opportunity, in terms of our schools for education and awareness. So it might not just be one specific, lane that we're in. It could be broader. So you have my information. I would love to have a discussion with that. So I do have some ideas for.
I'll look into that. I'm not aware that we've gotten any of that funding since last year, but I'd be happy to double check and make sure that there's nothing that I wasn't aware of before I accepted.
Okay, thank you.
Fortunately, our town doesn't have a big problem like that, so we're lucky that way.
And Dave, to your question too, I don't know in the settlement parameters if there are guidelines or rules that we have to stay within technically and report back. I don't know enough about that.
And I'm almost sure there's probably a spending audit. You have to use it within that annual year that it's, distributed. So
Right.
Probably beneficial to look that up because I know I brought it up last year and I think you had said that we did get the money, but you didn't know how we were going to use it.
Yeah, I don't recall that sitting.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, thank
Just
you.
an
Anybody
update.
else have any
Thank you.
questions or comments?
Taxi. Bill Ryan, One Stony Creek. Thanks for the update on, again, the question remains. Have you found out if it's going to be, is it going to be community
The
solar?
intended larger portion is supposed to be community solar project.
Being an attorney, I know you know the difference between it's supposed to be. So I'm just trying to find out.
Well,
Right,
what I say,
is that your understanding or is that the?
that's what their current application is.
Okay.
And that's the way they are presenting it right now. But I will also say, and this really isn't a reflection of Bighorn. It's more a reflection of how many times the state and the BPU sort of, the rules keep changing in the process and the new application and all that kind of stuff. I can't say if there's a sea change, they don't change course, but as they plan it right now, and we're getting closer to actually seeing something happen, that's what's intended.
Yeah, that's a fluid situation. They will change.
They've been through more than a few.
Yes,
Yeah.
to say the least. The other question I have is, there was not any reference on the agenda tonight about the EMS subcommittee. There's been really no report, there's no update. Just trying to find out what the conversation is. I mean, this is a critical service. You had a fiasco last year. It's continued on. There's been no identification other than, are you going to put 100,000 in the budget? No indication as to how that's going to be spent or to whom. And there's rumors going around. There's no chatter that, well, maybe it's not TRS, maybe there's somebody else. So trying to get some clarification so at least the residents know what the heck's going on.
Okay, good question. So we have a subcommittee that has 7 members on it. We have had several meetings, both with TRS, with Medford, with Waterford. Did anybody else? Those 3, right? We've had proposals out to other entities, no interest. So we are currently working with our solicitor and we're accepting memorandums of understanding or LOIs from people that are entities that are interested. And I'd say we're rounding second base on that. We're good until the end of this year. Our goal is to find the most cost effective, that's number 2, most reliable, number 1, services for our residents. So that's where we are. There's nothing, for example, with TRS, they have a non-disclosure agreement, so we don't know what their contract is between their town and TRS. So we're working off our own set of documents, hand in glove, trying to do those 2 things. Who gives us the best service, the fastest service, most reliable, and the least expensive increase for our residents. So I expect by the end of this year, we will have an agreement with one entity.
Well, I would hope that at some point you would have some sort of proposal or some sort of public conversation so that people know here's why the selection was made or here's what the proposals were. Why
Yeah, absolutely. It'll come up for a vote, so there'll be no.
Well, that doesn't always translate. Right. The reality is you get a vote, you get a document that says resolution 1, 2, 3, all in favor, aye. right? There's been never conversation. We didn't, the $100,000.
There's nothing to discuss now because it's really negotiation.
Well, you have
trying to figure out.
budgeted $100,000.
To try and figure out.
I was saying you budgeted $100,000.
Well, we budgeted 100,000, that's correct. So maybe more, hopefully it'll be less. But that's where we are. I don't have anything further to report other than we have parties that are entities that are interested, and now we've got 7 people who are experienced in the area, the fire department, EMS, other EMS entities. And we're gonna have a discussion and then make a decision and come to a proposal. And we'll share that.
That's taken over a year, so. Like to see something done.
Anybody else have any questions or comments? Okay, seeing hearing none, we'll close the meeting to public comment.
In regards to the opioid settlement funding, allowable uses of funding, at least 70% of the funding has to be spent on opioid remediation. So it would be to address the misuse and abuse of opioid products, treat or mitigate opioid use or related disorders, or mitigate other alleged effects of, including on those injured as a result of the opioid epidemic. So at least 70%.
Thanks, Mike, appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay, if there are nothing further, can we have a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
David?
Aye.
Mr. Perry?
Thank you, everyone, for coming out for this